Curitiba, Brazil. It's not Rio or Sao Paulo, but this is a city that's made a name for itself all on its own. A free-flowing transit system, lush lawns, and those subtle hints of sustainability that are all over the city. Curitiba has been touted as a model of urban planning, anticipating, innovating. It has managed to stay ahead of the curve, and this year, Curitiba won the 2010 Globe Sustainable City Award.
We work very hard to provide sustainable public transportation, sustainable public buildings, and to maintain our city environment friendly. This is a history that has been built over the years, and we are making sure that we give continuity.
The task of designing the city was first given to the French architect Alfred Agache. It brought the city large avenues that remain today, but much of that plan was too expensive for the time.
You can understand the city.
So, Jamie Lerner, the architect and three-time mayor of Curitiba and the former governor of Paraná State, took over. Lerner was one of the main people in what became known as the Master Plan, created in the mid-1960s. The original plan for Curitiba, the idea of the boulevard, the idea of it was an expensive plan that couldn't be implemented. But where does this history of planning here come from?
Every city has a design, a structure. It's a scenario that everyone understands, and they understand is desirable.
So what was your scenario for Curitiba?
Well, a city which should have a good quality of life, a city which could provide opportunities, a city where everyone could have some of his dreams realized.
Lerner's dreams live on throughout Curitiba. He travels to give other cities advice on urban planning, emphasizing you must not only have a plan, but you actually have to get things done.
To do it fast, you have to avoid your own bureaucracy. You have to avoid, since the discussion is done, the political decision is done, you have to do it fast.
Lerner took us to perhaps one of the best illustrations of this must get things done approach to planning. The Wire Opera House.
Una furtiva lagrima. That's terrible. Better keep in design. This theater was built in 2 months.
2 months to build this?
Yeah, and that's what I call this acupuncture. It's a small intervention that can provide a new energy to the city.
Under Lerner, Curitiba started many things. Pedestrian precincts, a bus system that functions like an above-ground subway, a network of parks, and a slew of environmental programs. Initiatives from 30 years ago, but for the most part, they still translate today. Since the master plan, the population here has practically tripled to 3.5 million people. It's put the city to the test, with the newest challenge being something near and dear to almost every Brazilian's heart: the World Cup. Curitiba is one of the host cities when the Cup comes to Brazil in 2014. In many ways, the future is now uncomfortably close. This is the Arena de Baixada, where at least 3 of the World Cup matches will be played in 4 years' time. As you can see, it needs total renovation to almost double its capacity. A true test for a city that's prided itself on planning. The World Cup could make or break Curitiba's future reputation.
We have to improve our urban infrastructure, not only the accessibility aspect, but the bicycle lanes, pavement, lining, security. These are big challenges that we have. We understand that the World Cup is a big event where thousands of people visit and get to know the city.
What Jamie Lerner started here is an attitude to adapt, a desire to inspire, where new generations will care enough about their city to plan for its future.
What's your dream for this city?
Keeping innovative. The more you mix urban functions, the more you mix incomes, the more you mix religions, ages, the more human the city became. And that's my dream for a city.
In economic theory, the black swan stands as a symbol for the completely improbable, the totally unexpected. And how appropriate that I find a black swan here at the University of the Environment, because Curitiba has spent its entire history planning for what might happen. And even today, it's a city that's truly planning for the future. Richard Crest, CNN, Curitiba, Brazil.